Hey, g'day guys, my name is Sam from Trade to Prosper. I'm going to give a live review on Bitcoin and a few alts. So wait a few minutes before I start. If you have any questions, post them up and I'll try to respond. And let's see the bullish and the bearish scenarios that in the local short term, and uh, and I'll try to justify it from both perspectives. That was a nice short opportunity there, wasn't it? Okay, just looking at a few charts, guys. Just get my thoughts together. Just put another perspective in there. Also getting smashed, aren't they? This is the Bitcoin dominance. All right. All right. Let's begin. I think what I should do is give you a macro review. Just point out some key things that are out there. Um, Clean chart. What is this to be? Is it a correction? Or is it a continuation pattern? What I mean by that is, surely we have a wave 5 that we found to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, many think that this is a reversal and it's not an ABC. So if this is a correction ABC, that will be it. And what is the most important level? Well, we can look from a number of perspectives, but let's put the Fibonacci in there. So what we did was we go from there to there, and we have fib levels. The point 1.414 acted as the most important support level. And then we also looked at from that perspective, put it to that level here. Let's just make that bigger. So when we look from the bottom up, from that level up, we use that particular level of measurement reference, and you can see the 1.618 was that level, and we had a knock on the head on it, which makes sense because it's a golden ratio. So the story lines up with a lot of the Fibonacci that we look at. Then we can do this as well. We'll also grab the bottom and then use this as one, and you can see the 1.618 again is the main resistance. Many of us have a theory in regards to why this is a main resistance, and one of the scenarios is, besides this Elliott wave count, it's pretty obvious that this level is the neckline for the bull market, and when we lost that, you can see how it dropped right there. So obviously strong support becomes strong resistance. Now this looks like what many think is bearish, but I actually think it's bullish. It has some resemblance to, okay, it's not here, but it does has a resemblance to 2019, I think, where it was 10.5K. And this does match a descending wedge of some sort from there to there, and we are dropping. This level is critical. Really, the weekly is much more important. So at this point, this Fibonacci makes sense, that this will act support here. If we move this across from the previous, actually, let's do that again. Move that across and do another few fibs. Mind you, I'm doing on Bybit. If we do it from there to there, we just lost this level here, the 0.382, and it's come down. So this one, it's likely to come down to this. If we look on the smaller time frame, so the 1 hour, then we're going to small time trading, and it's usually swing patterns. And what we have at our tool set is key levels. And what I'll do is I go to another chart. Where is it? Here we go. Give me a sec, guys, while the door's open. So let's look at this. These are my levels all been mapped out. So if I look on the weekly, we have our weekly levels. So this is a monthly levels, and so it's coming to this monthly level. If we go to the week, actually the weekly level as well. So that is likely to be support. It could come down to this weekly level here as well, which is about 24,300. So these wicks aren't really significant, but we can still find the bounce here. What is looking significantly weak is that we lost that neckline, and now we're pulling back. We need to see something strong in the week to really feel it's going to be bullish. This was a good move, but this week the FUD with Binance, not the FUD, the SEC attack on Binance and Coinbase, and the what do you call it, the banking system, where Binance just announced that they withdrawals and deposits are frozen for Binance America. Those kind of things will push the market down. And when we look at that information, that's what is probably pushing this down. People are coming up. But the on-chain data shows us that all the major hands on accumulating Bitcoin hasn't changed. It's just going up. So it is actually seen as an opportunity to buy. However, there's another risk where we could be wrong, where it's actually a topping off structure. Give me a sec. Can you get out here? Get out. Close the door. Well, the ones that are coming in the room. So let me just go back to the chart that I had. This one here. So no one's going to be able to tell us how far it will go down if this is a topping off. It really depends on the major markets. But the major markets are bullish. US dollar is dropping. And so let's pull out some reference charts. Like when we look at this chart, the SP 500, you can see it's actually broken above. It's actually looking bullish. So we closed above the previous all-time high in the last close to a year, back in August. So we closed above it, and it did a breakout, really. It was right under there. There was a bit of resistance, accumulation, and then bang. It actually used this ascending wedges top part as support, and it's broken up. This is likely to continue on. RSI looks like it's continuing on, and this is a daily chart. So SP 500 is not correlating to Bitcoin. And when we look at the Dixie, let's have a look at the US dollar index. The US dollar is actually getting a rejection as well. So we had this lined up as a trend line that's pretty much at the moment not conclusive. This is still in limbo. We don't know what it's. We thought this might continue on to be strong, But today we can see that, is it live? Yes, it is live. I believe so. So the US dollar has just bounced a bit. Has that caused the coins to drop? Don't know. That's one thing that is looking bullish, but it's just under resistance. So we've identified. Let's just reverse that. So if we do it from top to bottom, the 786 was the main resistance. It's below the golden ratio. So if we break this trend line, then it's likely to continue up. Now this could still come back down, and then that could still do that. We could get a bit of a wedge formation. This is a strong support level. So if the US dollar comes down there, we expect a bounce. So from a US dollar perspective, there is nothing significant to make Bitcoin drop, especially with the SP 500. It's not looking bearish at all as well. So what it's doing is the alts are just dropping, and the news is making it drop. So it's not correlated to anything, I don't think, except the news. We had our swing trades, and let me just bring out a chart that's important that I'll explain. Give me a sec. The philosophy of liquidity. There are pockets where trades come in, shorts and longs, and what I've assigned to this is the reds are all the shorts where the stop losses will be. And what happens with price when they go liquidity hunting? Say our shorts are, for instance, where is it? We'll give one here. There was a shorts all around here, and what price did was come down, pick out the liquidity for the longs from here. So there will stop losses there. It will trigger them to sell. They'll get liquidity and push it above. Passes that, triggers the stop losses for the shorts, and then come down. Similarly, we get into a liquidity pool, push it up, where you can see the 50 moving average, I think it's on the daily, is acting as the main resistance. So we've got that acting as resistance all the way through. Until we break that, we're not going to be bullish. At the moment, that is the main one. Here we've got another moving average, which is 100 on the daily. So that acted as resistance with this Fibonacci and this confluence. And that was a shorting position perfectly. So the chart's there. If you watch it on a tight frame, I wasn't watching it. Just pretty much sick of not getting something significantly moving. But that was a golden opportunity. That was the second move, and bummer. That was on the 4 hour as well. So a small time frame, it tells us it's a good shorting position, and the bears took advantage of. Similar to this. Now we're back into this bottom layer. Our stop losses for the longs on this one will be here, just below it. We've got this 200 weekly moving average or daily moving average. There we go. 200 EMA. We didn't quite hit it, but on the CME we did. So I would be thinking that this is perfectly aligned for, actually, why isn't that? Okay, there we go. So I do feel that this level towards a 0.5 could be a good level and just wicks back up. I could be wrong. Could also see a reversal taking place. That level over there, if you see a reversal, we're going to look for a swing trade. I think it will go below that. Get the liquidity for the ones that went long from here. It should come down. Sometimes it doesn't. And if it goes back up above this level, to me, that's a signal to go long if it goes above that. So that's a swing trade, potentially. And you can see how, well, you can't really rely on this trend line because it comes down to bias. It could be a bias swing, but it does sound like there's nearly 3 touches on it, potentially 4. And we've got also a lot of touches above. So it is a good position to buy from a liquidity perspective, but we need to see the formation take place. If the formation doesn't take place of some sort, doesn't pass this level, I wouldn't go long. If price, and now here's the problem, if price does come down and then it struggles to get above that, this will be a shorting position for a lot. So we might look for the double bottom here, and this is our previous support level. So it does make sense that this level, the 0.5, is going to be a strong support level. So short-term trading, those are the opportunities I'm looking at. So let's look at it in more detail. Let's look at the fixed volume here. Okay, so what we call it as a POC, volume of control. Let's just do that. Shouldn't have done it there. Okay. It's a significant level as well. And you know what? It's all right on the 0.5. Perfect. So if this does come down, this is going to be a good position. The 200 EMA is, can it be used as a resistance? Maybe. Now, can we look at it from another perspective? Let's have a look. Swing high, swing low, swing high, give or take. The ones there. So we had the support of Fib 1. So that's why in the past we had support there of the Fibonacci 1. 1.272 hasn't been touched. So that could be strong. And the 1.414 again aligns with this volume of control. So to me, this is a strong point. And that's 24,700 and something. This will be a strong support level. And if we go above that, that 200 daily moving average, then it's more positive. And that will be my entry in, just with not leverage, but spot with small margin. And that will be my stop loss if that was to happen. My stop loss will be here. And if it actually drops more, then we've got this 200 weekly moving average, which is the main one. That's really counts. So this is the main bugger, and this is the side of the trend. If we lose this on the weekly, it's problematic, unfortunately. Daily will be more bearish. Here's the 200 weekly SMA, which is the main one. We are slightly below it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't count until we close on the daily below that, or even weekly. If we close a weekly below this, it's going to be a problem. This is definitely a problem if we close on a weekly. This is the next level. So we're in between, and it's a very hard level to trade. That's why I wouldn't go big in on anything. If you've got any cash, just stay on it. But this level, to me, level of interest is here. That level, that to me is an important level. At the moment, there is nothing strong about that. And let's see on the smaller time frame. I'm going to 5 minutes. This chart has all of the details. So this is likely it is finding strength, but this could be a micro bear flag. So we have our levels there. There's a 5-minute chart. And so we're in a range at the moment. Let's put our Fibonacci onto it. That's our level there. I'll just reverse that for a sec. So what we're going to have, if this goes up, we're going to have a rejection for sure, or the 786 here. And we're going to range for a while in there. Depending on the formation, if this does go up and it does a wick to the upside and then comes back down, that's your shorting position. Similarly, if there's a bounce to the monthly, if it comes back up, that's a long. So these are the small trades you can have around here. Those are the small trades with the swing moves. But you've got to see the wicks. And then see how it accumulates, what kind of formation. If it's a reversal pattern of some sort, like I said, we could go. But at the moment, I expect what's called a failed auction scenario. But I do feel like this is likely to go down more. So I have a short already in. I think I short around here. Small trade. And I'm willing to take that risk where it keeps going down. I took a little bit of profit, which sort of offsets that. So it gives me the buffer for it to go back up. So I'm playing it all right so far. It's good to take immediate profit so you can offset your risk. So I do feel like this is going to reverse, If it goes above that, it's going to likely find resistance on the monthly level here and come back down. I do feel like that's going to be a resistance. And then we just come down a bit more for that liquidity space like I spoke about. So it's not there yet. Big market wise, let's talk about the big chart if you're interested. Let's look on the daily. This is what I think is taking place, or not just me, a few other people. This was our trend line, and we found the support. So this is the inverted bar. However, we also have this line here, and it measures really well with the previous resistance. So until we break that trend line, I'm not interested in thinking it's bullish. We need to break this trend line. Why? It fits the inverted bar scenario. What is the inverted bar? Inverted bar is a bump and run strategy. So what I have here, give me a sec. Sure. Okay, here we go. So what we had here in the past, if you see Bitcoin, this type of scenario where you have this dip, you have this accumulation, and then there's a trend line, and you can see this a reversal. You can look at it as a inverted head and shoulders, and cup and handle as well. So this trend line tends to play a role. We've got a few of them. Give me a sec. There's probably a better one. That's a better one. That's a trend line. Plays the bottom, and then if you see the resistance and on the number of spots, it does play that out, and then eventually breaks out. I think we're playing this out. There's a picture. You Google it, you'll see it. So I do feel like that's what's taking place. Until we break this level, this trend line, we can't be bullish. We've come to that major resistance. I still feel like this is likely to play cup and handle or inverted shoulders. So if you look at this from a number of perspectives, that's left shoulder, that's the head, and that's the right shoulder. Now or you can say, if we were to do this, a cup and handle as well. And the fact that we broke above it, so what we have is this. That's our cup. The handle usually pulls back a fair bit, so it's playing it perfectly. Sometimes it's a clear formation. This one could be just a channel itself with different levels. It doesn't have to be a wedge, but I am bullish on it. The question is, where's it going to find support? It could mean that it backtests this level. So if we lose that level, I wouldn't be comfortable at all. It could come down to a 618. So there is that possibility that it can come down to here and then back up. So that will scare a lot of people. They'll start selling as it drops, and then the 618 back up. So we want to see, that's the first test, second test, that could be the third test, and then if it gets to that level, it will use as a support and then back up. And that's when we get the bull run. Continue on, and then we have our measured moves. The other option is that this is an inverted head and shoulders, like I said. Measured move is that there to there, and we just add it up, and that's where we're going to have major issues, major challenges here. That's going to be a major challenge there. And if we were to assume that was the bull run, see our golden ratio is there. We didn't hit the 0.5 at all, so we are just hitting that neckline that's causing the back. So I still feel like the 0.5 at least, but this level is where I'm thinking is going to be the major resistance. Could be wrong. It could be just an ABC, and then we continue on down more forward. But you can see the bullish scenario, and the question is, how far will this go down? we had our accumulation. It's very significant from there, and everything lines up perfectly. There is that very bearish. So if we're going to go bearish scenario, this is the bullish scenario. One or two number of scenarios. There's a bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is that this comes all the way down and does a double top, or comes around here, bit more deeper. And if you know the Wyckoff scenario, this could be our sell and climax, automatic rally, secondary test, this up thrust, and we might just get another up thrust and then come back down again. That's another scenario. The other scenario is it just comes down, does a secondary test, double bottom. So we do the W and then up it goes. Worst case scenario, it just continues on and we go down to 8K or something like that. That is another possibility, and that's justified by a number of scenarios like that. You can see how that works out. Now, why is this trend line important? It does fit the model. So if I was to do that and just measure it out, it does fit into our channel. As you can see, we have our key levels. We've got the middle of the channel that's finding support. Here's where we have resistance, number of support. So this channel also plays out, and we can look at it from. You can see we've got many scenarios. No one knows which scenario is going to play out. I do feel like this scenario is just a pullback is a cup and handle scenario. The question is how far would this go back? That's the question, and when's a good time to go in? You just got to watch it on the small time frame. Big time frame, you can't tell. A lot of now, when I talk about my opinion, there's other traders as well who are seasoned traders. They have this same opinion, and this is what I think is taking place. Last of all, last indicator that I like to look at is the tether dominance. Give me a sec, guys. I'm looking for a small trade. This was my up, so it is playing out. I was looking to short this. Not there yet. I want to see a reversal candle. So I'm thinking along the lines of it'll come down there. So if we get a rejection, we might come down a bit lower. So that's our. If price goes up and just goes above this and then pulls back in, that's the signal for shorting. So this is Arbitrum. This is more likely to be a temporary range and then goes down and probably further down before it finds support. So I'm going to try short this on the way down. Why? Because of this formation. It broke a big formation, so it's likely to continue down based on the cycle. So I'm looking for further downs. I missed the entry, so I'm going to look for a shorting position somewhere. That's for Arbitrum. Now let's go back to Bitcoin dominance. Tether. Let me see where Tether is. While that was taking place, I'll just put that there. Litecoin. Some of these charts are also dying. Significant optimism as well. Let me just pull it out. I thought I had it. Actually, I did have it. It's one of these charts. It's halfway. Give me a sec. It's a Dixie one, I think. Damn it. Hold on, guys. Let me have a quick look. Oh, this is the one. That's bummer. All right. I've got to pull it out myself. The tether dominance is important as well. Tether dominance. We're looking for a breakout either way, and we have it. It's gone to the upside. Okay. So we had our main resistance, and that. So what's happening is when people do sell the alts or crypto, goes into tether, and so we track the tether dominance, and tether dominance had a breakout from this triangle. You can say a bit of support there. So it was supporting it. That was a resistance, and now it's breaking up. If this continues on, I'll be looking for this level for the bottom, for wherever it is. Many times, tether dominance here and there, that was the bottom. So if this was to continue on, I'll be looking to buy in there, whatever it is, averaging. This will be the potential immediate resistance for tether. So I do feel like this is going to continue on, and not straight away, maybe in the next day or two. I do feel like this is going to be a main level or slightly higher. So it does look like we're going to drop, and then we're going to find a level of support, and then potentially come back down again. That is potentially, or the worst extreme, capitulation or oversold conditions here, and then I'll look to buy. So I'm going to keep a track on tether dominance as well. I had this on this morning's video. I called it right. I thought it might come down a bit more. I'm still interested in this level for VET, for accumulation. I missed that entry. Hopefully it comes down. I'll just average there and then average more, because it does look like it's in my area of interest. But SP500 is not bearish at all. If you've got any questions, post them. Like I said, there are opportunities to trade this. Here we go, Bitcoin. So this is the 5-minute chart. You broke up there, so small trades I'm looking for now. Okay. Does look like a reversal, short-term wise anyway. I still feel like it will come up further. I'll make that my 618 level. So if this was to go up, I'll be looking for this level as well. And then back down potentially. If it goes up here, that's very strong. And then I'll be looking for that long. So that was a bit of a breakout, reversal pattern. Risky. Like I said, I still feel like this is a continuation pattern, and I'm going to look for moves. This looks like a nice bottom. So I think short-term wise, that's the bottom. And this is where we're going to find resistance around here, and then come back down again. And if it just goes up again, well, that's nasty. But the thing is, I do feel like you can take a small long from here, and have your stop losses there. I do expect it to go a bit higher. Let's see our charts. Arbitrum, not there yet. Let's see what's on YouTube. See if there's any people asking questions. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, there's no questions on YouTube. Not that I think so. All right. I'm looking for a sweep. So swing failure patterns is what I'm looking for. And give me a second, I'll show you guys while I'm here. I'm not finished with these strategies. I'm still building them up. And you've got to be subscribed to get this. So what are swing failure patterns? Actually, I'll get the elite wave one out as well. Give me a sec. Who's that, Maru?
No.
No, you go back, come on.
No.
I've got my little boy here. Elite wave. Okay. All right, out, come on, out. So these are the patterns that we're looking for from swing number of patterns. Zigzag. So these are the ones that are nice reversal patterns. They fit into the swing value patterns. Here are the other ones as well. So if you look at them closely, you see these on the small time frame, it's the same. So we would come down, we can still do this and further down. So there's the reversals. Actually, I haven't got the reversals on this one. These are just continuation patterns. So these are the reversals here. Comes down. You can see how the entries work on the small time frame. I thought I had something else. Give me a sec. No, damn it. All right. Thought I'd find it easily. Haven't touched it for a while. This dominance chart doesn't look like it's going to come down. If it closes above that, it's going to just continue on. So let's see how the daily closes, but it's a long way to go. Like I said, I feel like this is going to come down. There's no trades yet. I've given you the scenarios where there's possible trades. Hopefully that helps. Small time frame, let's see what it does. So there's a bit of a curl. So that does look like it's found resistance. Let's see how that goes. Measured move. Is there a measured move there? For Teller. Even slightly more, that's fine. So that might be the target. So if we, actually this could be like that too though. So it'll make sense from there. Might be the target for the short term. So we might have found support, but the thing is this is going to pull back and then back up again. Always tries to retest. So so yeah, we might just bounce a bit for not long though, like I said. This level, if we close a 4 hour above that level, which is about 25,800, if we close the 4 hour above that, then it's nice. At the moment, we're in the same bucket as previous bottom. So just got to wait and see what happens. But if it goes above it and pulls back, guys, short it. And similarly, if this comes down here, especially like that, and goes back up over a wick, go long. And just trade this range until it decides what it's going to do. I expect it to go sideways in that range before it makes a decision to go back up or further down. And like I said, might see some wicks, but I do feel like this level is the minimum. It's just too good. They'll just push it a bit, get the liquidity, and then hopefully it goes back up. I'm going to leave it at that, unless you've got questions. I'm just going to look at a few charts that are piquing my interest. Let's see, vet. I'm assuming I didn't get vet. All right, let's see what we've got more charts. Look at that. I had that there. And that was an opportunity short. Look at that. As soon as it breaks a major So guys, bump and run. If you know the bump and run strategy, bugger. I should just put a short there. Didn't get a chance to look at it. Man, that's a good trade too. If it just dropped far out, 18%. So this is likely to continue going down. Bummer. Let's see what it's likely to do. 618. That's probably where it's going to go, roughly around here. And down. That'll be a good entry there. 618. That's got the middle of it as well. That's one level. The middle of that. It's a good level. Ah, yeah, I got the wick. So it was right on. I wasn't looking at that. The middle of the formation. If it goes above and then stays there for a while, then that's a good sign that will continue on. I doubt it. I think it will still come down to this one here, this level here. And it's all the 1.414 as well. So that swing. Let's see how do I did that. Yep. Swing high, swing low. You hit the 1.272, found the support, and so here we go. Fib extension of 1.618 is there. So this level is a good level to enter. And it does fit into our Wyckoff accumulation or continuation pattern. So on the macro, this could be a continuation pattern. At this point, I do see it coming down more. That was a double bottom. Had a real good bounce. Let's see how it does it there. Could be very different. That would have been nice to average in there. But yeah, I'll be looking for put something there. Let's just push this up. GRT, very similar. That's broken down as well. We had a harmonic, and that's broken down. Look at that bugger. I dare say we'll come back down here. I think this level of interest, if it can't hold it here, then it's going to come down further. And this is AI stuff. I'll just go for weekly. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Strong rejection there, isn't it, on the weekly? Yeah. So here's our main level of support right there. So it needs to hold that. If it doesn't, it's come right to the bottom. Weekly's everything. Aptos is strong move as well. Look at that wick. That is perfect actually, right here. So previous resistance, it's found support. That would be nice. Missed that opportunity. I'll bloody watch on the weekends. Got to see how this is a likely level as well for support. This is a very likely level of support. Might just see a range here for a while. If it breaks that level, then it's likely to go further down. Let's see what it's likely to do. Swing high, swing low. Okay. So we could probably come to that level there. 1.44 or the 1.618. And let's see what the volume profile shows. Okay, there. That's one level. Level of interest. Let's see the other way of looking at it. Go down, reverse. Okay, I did it wrong. Give me a sec. Template's wrong. Okay, that's our golden ratio. And okay, there we go. We've got the 1.414. Damn it. This is a hard one. We've got the golden ratio here, and we've got the golden ratio there at the bottom. That's a 1, 2. That's a strong move. That's a 3, 4. We might come down to this level. So I'm looking from an Elliott wave perspective. If that's our 1, 2, this strong move, that's probably a 3, whatever, 4, and potentially 5. So let's come back down here. Yeah, so this might just go up a fair bit. Might actually hit, let's see, I'll hit the 0.5 or the 618. So this might be a good opportunity. An alley wave move up to there and then pull back. So this might be a nice level to enter short term wise. Find it coming up, make a rising wedge. It's very typical in most cases, and then drop and play out here, and then either a reversal or continue further down and then up. Really depends on what Bitcoin does. So that is Aptos. No questions, guys. That's pretty much it. I didn't want to stay too long online. Hopefully that gives you some ideas on what to do. Hopefully you like it. Come and join our channel. Give us a tick and a like. And subscribe. Talk to you soon. Cheers.